So, it's me, your little boy, Something. So, I have something special for us today. Many of us are so afraid. Many of us believe that loneliness is a sickness. Loneliness is a barrier. Loneliness simply means you are not fruitful. Loneliness simply means you are not doing well. Loneliness simply means you are not doing great. Loneliness simply means there are many people out there who are doing better than you. No, brother. Yes. Sometimes loneliness is a blessing. Let me just be real with you. Sometimes loneliness is a blessing, but nobody will tell you this. Nobody will reveal this to you. Because sometimes it is better to be alone than to be with people who don't motivate you. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes it is better to be alone than to be with people who are just jealous of you. It is better to be alone than to be with people who want you not to do more better than them. Whether you like it or not, we are living in a world where everything is turning around, where your happiness will become their sadness. Yes, believe me, that is why you need not to bother whether you are alone or you are not alone. Because believe me, God is always there with you. God is always working and watching over you. So don't come to that point where you start to feel like I am lonely. I need people to come. I need people in my life. This loneliness is killing me. I'm not okay. I'm sad. My life is not complete. Why will I be alone? Why do I ought to be alone? Does that mean this is how God want to punish me? Does that mean God want to punish me like this? Does that mean God don't care about me? Does that mean I have done something bad to Almighty that He will just allow me to be alone? I will go back to my enemy. I will go back to those who have made me feel like they don't love me, who I know they don't love me. No. Just be yourself. Believe me, loneliness is sometimes a great blessing that you may not believe. Because sometimes when God wants to bless you, when God wants to uplift you, when God wants to uplift you, He will cause you to be alone, so that people who leave you will not be bold to come back when they start to see the glory of God around you. Because sometimes the reason why God caused that loneliness is because He knows within Himself that those who are around you are not with you, but they are against you. So my brothers, loneliness is never a sickness. Loneliness is never a disease. Loneliness does not mean you are not doing well. Loneliness does not mean people are doing better than you. Loneliness does not mean you are guilty of success or success hate you. No. Loneliness sometimes is a blessing that you need to celebrate. It's a blessing that you need to jubilate. Because some people come into your life to stay with you does not mean they are with you. Some people return from vacation to land in your house or to book your place does not mean they will be there forever. Listen to me. I can recall when I traveled to Roman. I'm sure that many of you see my video. When I traveled to Roman, even when I was coming here, I still do the video in year 2020. So I did a video of where where I sleep in a hotel. I do a video, but the man was so good to me, but I can't stay there. Why? Because it's just for a moment. So stop feeling like you are lonely. That means you are alone, or loneliness is the cost why maybe you are not in that position where you ought to be, or maybe you are thinking, or maybe you are now thinking that I am lonely. That is why things are not moving well. No, you are lonely does not mean you are alone. You are lonely does not cost you not to become successful. Because sometimes it is better for you to be alone than to be with those whom you are eating with, but their tongues are sharp as sword. It is better to be alone than to be with people whom you are drinking with, but their tongues and their mouth are like vipon. Their tongues are as sharp as sword. So my brothers, stop feeling lonely. Stop feeling like everybody around you must surely go with you until you become happy, or everybody around you must surely love you. Because the truth is this, They will hate you even without reason. Sometimes some people will hate you because you are doing more better than them. Sometimes some people will hate you as long as they see that what you are doing is what they can do. So stop feeling lonely. Stop feeling like everybody around you supposed to do or to be around you. Stop feeling like everybody's supposed to be, around you. No. Even if they are with you, they are not with you. Feel like you have it. Feel like you are not alone. Because sometimes loneliness catapults you to a level that you ought not to be. Sometimes the people whom you are around with, because most of us want to do what? Draw people whom God has separated from us. We want to draw them back to us by all means. Why? Because we feel lonely. Why? Because we feel like we are alone. The reason we are alone is a sin, is a disease, is this, is that. No. Sometimes many of us use our hand to draw ourselves backward. Sometimes many of us use, because we are alone, we use this means to draw ourselves backward instead of what? Forward. Sometimes when God is pushing us forward by allowing us to be alone, because of the fact that we are not used to it, because of the fact that we are not used to that system, we draw ourselves back when God is drawing us forward. When God is pushing us forward. So my brothers, stop feeling alone. Loneliness is not a bad thing. Loneliness is not a disease. It's a blessing sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So remain blessed.